Hello and welcome to Sunrise Cardcast, your one-stop podcast shop for all things hockey cards. My name is Eric Andrews, also known in the hobby as Hammerhawks, and I'm joined by my co-host and fellow hobbyist Aaron Goldstein, better known as Crease Collector. So, episode 100, we're finally here. Felt like we were never going to get here for a little while, but yeah, we're here, and it's obviously a fun little milestone to hit for us. So we're really happy to be doing this live and. Yeah, first of all, Aaron, welcome back. I know it's been a little while
Oh,
for you.
oh yeah, 100%. It's been a long time. Part of that is on me as far as our recording schedule. Just doing some travel for work, so obviously it's depending on everything going on, it can get quite hectic. But glad to be back for episode 100. We are streaming this live on StreamYard, so little different feel, for episode 100. So, depending on how this goes, we might keep this going, and hopefully it's good for you guys, as far as this platform goes. Obviously, we will be uploading this for later, for those podcast listeners. But yeah, hopefully this new platform is a good medium for you guys. I've seen other people use it, so it should be okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty common streaming platform, and yeah, I have gotten familiar with it over the last little while, and it seems like a really great tool to use and have access to. So, yeah, if all goes well, we'll probably just continue with doing live stream episodes moving forward, and it just makes it a lot easier on our end, not having to take a lot of time to edit and things like that, which is kind of why episodes were late and getting backlogged and things like that. So, hopefully, this will help with that. I was debating whether or not to make a joke about Billy actually being the co-host of the show, but you are back, so
I
yeah.
am back. I mean, for those longtime listeners, hopefully you missed me a little bit, but yeah, Billy has stepped in, on some really good features lately, and I've been listening to them, and yeah, it's always good to have them on and get information right from the source, right? So, and I see Greg there. Congrats on triple digits. So thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, like Eric said, and yeah, super fun.
Yeah, and we also have comments from, I'll throw up Greg's comment there so you guys can see your comments. Also got a comment from,
Richie.
yeah, Richie just commented. Good to see you, Richie. Also got one from Neil Brandemark, a good HI guy from back in the day, as well as Josh Packham. Hope you guys are doing well. We've got George Etienne Bernier hopping in,
All
your
right.
resident Marchessault collector. So we appreciate all of you guys hopping in.
Fantastic.
So yeah, hopefully you guys have fun today. I know we're looking forward to today. Um, as you guys are here, make sure you are commenting in the chat because we're going to be running some giveaways later on in the show. We have 3 different prizes to give away. First up, we have compliments of Upper Deck. We have 22-23 and 23-24 AHL boxes. So that together, these will be one prize. And then a second prize will be a box of 23-24 Upper Deck CHL. And then finally, as the third prize, you guys can let us know if you're the winner that gets this prize. You can let us know what your favorite team is, and we'll dig through all of the breaks that we've done on the show, over the last little bit, and pick out some of the hits from those teams and send those to you guys. So, yeah, all you have to do to be entered in that drawing is literally just comment. Doesn't matter what it is, just comment, interact with us on the show, and you will be entered for the giveaway. So we'll do that near the end of the show. And the first person that we draw will have their pick of those 3 prizes. Second person will have their pick of the remaining 2 prizes. And then the third winner will have the remaining prize. So yeah, just wanted to talk about the giveaway up front, just so you guys are aware and you guys can be commenting throughout the show. We will start it off kind of in a fairly normal fashion for us with a little bit of show and tell for some mail. So I will turn the floor over to Aaron, and you can show off a couple of neat things that you've picked up recently.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't have them physically with me right now, but
I'll throw them
there's
up on screen. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah. So that's fine. Yeah, first one is the most recent addition. For those who don't know, this might, you know, uh, be a snooze fest for some of the guys out there, but picked up another one of one of my former goalie coach, Mike Mole. For those who don't know, or for those who don't remember the reality show we had up here in Canada called Making the Cut. This was a show that had a couple hockey players on that that competed for NHL contracts. So he was the winner of season 1, and I believe he won a contract to Ottawa's training camp that year. But anyway, so you know, played pro for a little bit, got a cup of coffee with the Islanders. So yeah, he was my goalie coach back in 10-11. So yeah, very fond memories. Really good guy. So for those who don't know, I've collected his cards since, and yeah, it's always good to add another printing plate, especially from 0809. I know Al, our resident, again, the collector, just picked one up a little while ago from the 0809 Cup product. I personally really love these printing plates. I remember back in 0607 when I first saw well, I mean, it was 0506 obviously, but 0607 was the first time I really got acquainted with printing plates, and just seeing how it was done in the cup was really awesome. Just kind of unlocked something for me as far as collecting them. And so, to get another printing plate of, person who collects is awesome. And especially with that really cool design. And number 2 is, of course, for the good old Enroth collection. I recently picked up some team issued card from his Swedish club, Urebro. Just picked that up a couple weeks ago, and yeah, just a really cool card there. Nothing fancy, but it's always good to pick up, a good team issued card. I mean, for those out there who, really are into player collecting or just into a certain team, kind of know how rare these types of cards can be, especially those, collectors out there collect someone who's played on any European club. So these cards, if I can give some quick background on this card here, they released these cards during the season last year in 23-24. And yeah, just for a couple of select players during the year, you can meet them in the souvenir shop after the game. And I saw a couple of cards posted, but never the Enroth one. So I figured, what, it was a select run for a few players, and I guess there was never an Enroth one. That's okay. And then this summer, there was a I'm part of a Urebro fan support group on Facebook, and so someone posted a link to the 24-25 kind of kickoff event that they had for the fans, and had some photographs from the event. And guys waiting in line to get autographs and things like that. And there was a picture of Enroth, at his little signing table signing these cards. And so I realized, in August that, oh man, these things exist. That's awesome. And so got connected with one of the fans who attended the event, and she was gracious enough to let me purchase this for my collection. And so it's really cool how these things work sometimes, and how you're always utilizing different ways to kind of add things to your collection. I mean, I know for some collectors, they don't do the whole social media thing, but for me personally, it's been something that took a little while, but once I kind of jumped in with it, it really helped my collection. And this is another example of that, getting connected with, a fan, not even a collector, just a fan of a team who happened to attend these sort of events that I obviously couldn't, to get a piece for your collection. And so there's an article up on my site that actually shows some pictures from the event, and you can kind of see these cards kind of in action, which is really cool. Get some background on how these things were released. So really cool addition. Again, nothing fancy as far as the card is concerned, but just the rarity is something that I really enjoyed. I've always liked team issues, and so as I kind of get older here, I kind of appreciate these things much more. And it's not so much the value of the cards for me, it's just so much the story behind it. And team issues definitely have that sort of attribute for sure. So yeah, that's kind of does it for me as far as my mail days, but nothing crazy, but kind of cool. That's what I'm all about. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime you can get team issued stuff is a huge win
It's
in my
fun.
book. I mean, it can be very difficult finding stuff like that. I know there's a Jacob Slavin team issued card from a handful of years ago that I didn't even know existed until maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And I think I've only seen one copy that someone had in their collection, and it was like part of the whole team set. So
Which
that
team were they on in that team issue?
the Hurricanes, yeah. So
Oh, the Hurricanes. Okay, right.
yeah,
Thought it was like a minor league issue or something.
no. Yeah, so he didn't want to break up the pack of
Right.
cards, which I totally understand.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that's the only person I've ever heard of having them. So
It's
obviously there's
crazy.
more of them out there, but who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad that you're able to work out a deal to get that one, and then obviously adding a printing plate to the collection is always a good
Yeah.
thing too. So pretty cool there. For mine, and I'll pop the overlay off here. Um, the first one, I'll give a shout out to Matt Burrows. I don't know if he's here or not. I haven't seen him in the comments yet, but shout out to our
Might be
buddy
kicking
Matt
around
Burrows.
somewhere. He's always
He,
around.
he is. He's always lurking, so he may or may not be here. We'll see. But anyway, I got this card off of him probably, I don't know, like a month or so ago. A card that I kind of had always wanted for my collection, and he was willing to make it available. So we're able to work it out. That being from 2122 Upper Deck Stature, a red autograph numbered out of 25 of our guy, Marc-Andre Fleury. So yeah,
That's a great
just
card.
Stature is always such a beautiful product, and of course, Fleury being on the Blackhawks and it being a team color match and a nice big bold hard signed autograph numbered out of 25, hard to go wrong. So yeah, definitely big shout out again to Matt for being willing to work with me on that one. Very glad to have that in my collection. So starting off with that one. Second one, kind of on a similar thought process here. This is one that I have wanted for probably a couple of years now, I would say, somewhere around there. Um, and had actually been aware of this exact copy of the card probably for a year and a half or so, and had tried to work a deal with the guy back at the time, and then had kind of checked in a couple times since, and just never worked it out. And then got some money from my in-laws for my birthday, and said, "Hey, maybe this would be a good time to check back in with this guy, see if he'd be willing to let it go." That being from 2122, I know we just heard that, but from Skybox Metal Universe, a green PMG out of 10 of Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh man, I know you have the one of one, so to put together that sort of rainbow there, assuming that's the goal, is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned that. I have a picture of the two of those cards together that I
Yeah,
can
I
show.
kind of figured you would.
Um, they look nice in scans, but it's much different having actual photos of them where you can see the light bouncing off the cards. They're just
Oh yeah,
beautiful cards.
that's fantastic.
So there's the duo together. I literally got this card yesterday, so it's a brand new edition. Took that photo of them together last night, and yeah, very very grateful to finally cross that one off because, like you said, Aaron, I do want to finish that rainbow one day. I think I just have to get the retail parallels at this point, actually. So it should be doable for sure. Obviously, the green out of 10 was the big outstanding card remaining at this point. So crossing that one off was a very good feeling for sure. It's a beautiful card. Very glad to have it. And then moving on, we've got four more cards on my end here.
Four
Uh,
more.
Turning away from not that the Flurries aren't nice, but they're kind of, more generic-ish types of cards that we see every day. Whereas these next four cards are things that you do not see every day. So first one, I got this a little while ago from a collector in Sweden, actually, which don't deal with, folks in Europe super often, but every time that I have, it's a great experience. They have really cool cards that find their way over there from here. So, yeah, this one no different. Just saw this card and said, "Yep, like that's one I really want to have in my collection." As you guys will see, for obvious reasons, it is from President's Choice. It's from their 2020 Spring Expo promotion. A stick rack out of 3 of Gordie Howe.
Wow, that's awesome. That is a great
Obviously
card.
has the D from the Northland graphic, and then obviously, as you guys see, it says custom, which was part of a custom pro graphic after
Mm,
Northland. So yeah, just, I mean, having the full word custom on the piece is obviously really really darn cool.
it's
So
amazing.
yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a nice vintage piece of a legend of the sport like Gordie Howe. So um, yeah, and got a pretty nice deal on it in my opinion too, so that never hurts. Yeah, just a sweet card. And again, you guys know we love Dr. Price and what he has done over the years within the game and President's Choice, and obviously this is a great example of that, and we will continue seeing more examples of that in a minute here. So turning to the next one, this is actually I think the first card I've had of this guy, other than just base cards, which is, it's kind of understandable why. There's not a whole lot of them out there. But again, a card that I saw, again, from a collector in Sweden, actually, earlier this year, and just said, that's a really darn cool card that I really want to have in my collection. So this one dates back to, I believe, 2013, 2012 in the game Superlative is a skate lace of Jack Adams.
Oh, wow. Did not expect to see that card here today. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great card. I've always kind of wanted one of those. Is it the old skate lace cards? That's awesome.
Yeah, can't go wrong with the vintage leather skate laces. This card's
Dig
numbered
it.
out of 4. Unfortunately, somewhere along the line, it got removed from the sealed in the game top loader, which is a bummer. But
Oh, that's right.
for a card like this, you can't complain too much. Like I said, Jack Adams' memorabilia is not super easy to come by. Obviously, given he played 100 years ago, most people nowadays are probably more familiar with the trophy named after him for the NHL's Coach of the Year, but he was a player and a coach back in his day. So, yeah, having a really, really, really nice memorabilia piece like that of him for my collection was one that I was very excited to pick up for sure. And again, not something you see every day. So, yeah, just a really cool card that I have really enjoyed having in my collection. We've got 2 more. You can debate which one should be 1, which one should be 2. So, if people feel that this next one should be number 1, I totally understand. This is one I've had in my collection for a while. I think I got this one back in the spring and was kind of just waiting for the right time to show it off and said, I think saving this for 100 might be the right way to go about it. Some of you might recall from toward the beginning of the podcast, back when the Vezina collection came out from President's Choice, that I had an extra box of the product sitting around and was kind of planning on opening it on this episode back at the time. And kind of just as time has passed, I've realized, well, knowing what I got out of the other boxes, there's not going to be anything overly special in this box. So I've decided to just keep the box sealed and as part of my Vezina collection. So we'll not be opening that box on this episode, or probably not ever. But to make up for that, this is why I saved this card for this episode. Earlier this year, Dr. Price released some incredible 6-way pad cards of Vezina, each numbered out of 3. And I was able to swing some stuff and make it work out so that I could get this copy. So just an amazing card. I mean, leather, linen, strap, cane, horsehair, pulpboard. It's got all the materials right there. So yeah, obviously I have the one from the Vezina collection, which are the quote unquote original complete pad cards of Vezina. And then, like I said, these ones came out back in the spring. So yeah, obviously a card that definitely fits my collection very well, and grateful that I was able to pick one up. And yeah, beautiful card, nice design with the forum in the background there, and the full body shot of Vezina on the side, and some nice pieces there. Obviously, having the hole in the strap is really cool. Yeah, and then just some other nice pieces there. So yeah, that's number 2. Again,
How is that number 2? That's crazy.
You can make the argument it should be 1. I get it.
And didn't you help out with the design of that card? I could be wrong, but
not with these ones, no.
Okay.
Nope. You might be thinking of the solid gold trophy winner cards.
Yes, that's probably the one I was thinking of.
Yep. So that's number 2. Again, you can debate. Maybe the Vezina is probably the more valuable of the 2 cards, but just in terms of a uniqueness factor, I put it at number 2 since I had the one from Vezina collection. And number 1 is about as unique of cards as you will see. I know, Aaron, you're really going to dig this card for multiple reasons. It's a card that I got probably about a month or so ago, again, from Dr. Price from President's Choice. And it is a butt end card of Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a great card. That is a great card. I love the huge knob of the stick there. That's great. I would love to see, I'm not sure how many people know this, but if they're familiar with Braden Holtby's knob of his stick, he basically used a full roll of tape on the knob of his stick for whatever reason. So I would love to see a butt end Holtby card, but it probably wouldn't fit on the actual card. But still sick. That is an awesome card. Wow, love that thing.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of people posting theirs, and just really really cool. So super unique, and just look at that. That's sick.
Yeah, it's really cool. And this one just kind of in particular speaks to me. I actually kind of had the idea for these cards back in early 2023. Dr. Price and I had worked on a made to order card of Fleury and Vezina that mimics the Vezina collection trophy winner cards. And he had just gotten a new Vezina, or not Vezina, a new Fleury stick. That's what we ended up using in that made to order card. And then kind of just thinking about it, like we see, baseball bat knob cards and things like that. And I was just thinking, I wonder, if you could cut the knob off of a player stick or a goalie stick and somehow make that work for a card. And back at the time, Dr. Price wasn't super sure how to make that work, just because it was such a kind of unheard of, unique idea, and figuring out how to just physically construct the card around them and things like that. It took him a while, but earlier this year, I guess probably this summer, he figured out a way how to do it and started rolling out with the cards. Kind of had like an initial release that had a number of players, and at that point, I reached out and said, "Hey, do you have any Fleury stick knobs available that you could do a card for?" And he said, "Yep, like I've got a couple, so." Let me know which one you'd be more interested in, and we can go from there. So I ended up picking the Penguins one, and just a sweet card that came out amazing. And I'll get rid of the scan here. These are the thickest cards you will ever see. So here's the card right here.
That's amazing. Yeah, Richie was just asking like what thing would you use to display a card like that, or fit a card like that? And like there you go. That's awesome. Yeah, those like 200 count card boxes probably.
This is a 50. I think this is a 50 that Dr. Price sent them in, but
okay.
they are just
that's actually unreal. I mean,
incredible cards.
I would have thought the buckle card would be the thickest, but then you had obviously a butt end of the card. That's unreal.
Yeah. And it actually, I don't know if you can see, there is a little gap there, so it doesn't even fully close.
Oh, it doesn't.
So that's how thick they are.
Do you think there are
it's amazing.
Thicker boxes?
There are, but then it'd be sliding all over in the box.
Yeah,
so this is kind of the best way to go about it right now.
Did you tape the sides, like maybe with some clear tape?
I mean, you could, I guess.
I mean, some hockey tape, because hockey tape just works on everything.
I probably wouldn't, but you could probably do that. But
I guess that's true.
Yeah, so those are my show and tell for the episode. Absolutely love that Fleury card. Just a super cool card.
That's awesome. And Greg just said in the comments, Fleury is single-handedly keeping the tape companies in business. I think that's true. I think honestly, I think that's true. Not a lot of guys use tape anymore. They usually have that butt end stuff where you can
like
put
the
that
grip thing.
That permanent grip on the stick. Kind of cool. And I know they make a goalie one too, so I guess a lot of guys use that, but pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, so that'll do it for the show and tell segment of the episode. And I'm not sure how long we'll go today, guys. We've still got a lot to get to, so we'll see. It might be a little bit longer than the normal hour that we normally do. But with that, we will turn to the pack opening segment of the episode, which I'm sure is kind of what a lot of you guys were interested in.
That's true.
For episode 100, what better way to commemorate it than with opening 100 packs of cards? So I will turn the floor over to Aaron. He'll kick things off with us. He's got 24 packs of the brand new 24-25 Tim Hortons.
I do. So for those who remember last year or the year before that, we open these every year. Due to me being Canadian and luckily having the option to open these cards. I think I believe it was last year, a redemption for free tea or coffee. So not really the redemption that everyone was hoping for, but you know what? There's always this year. So I'm going to rip some open. Hopefully there's another redemption, maybe worth a little bit more money. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Well, you're gonna win the trip to meet Sidney Crosby.
The
So.
trip to see Sidney Crosby, like you were saying in the comments earlier, or this morning, I was picking up some packs as well, and I noticed on the little screen they had, you can actually find like a uncut sheet of the base set, which was awesome, and I would love to
Yeah, really
win
cool
something
prize.
like that. Super cool. So I'll probably just name the inserts, but if anyone needs a certain base card or two for their set or for their collection, just let me know, and yeah, I'll see about sending that to you. So first hit, we have the True North Future of I'm not sure how you feel about this one, Brad Mush. Look at that.
You got to
As a
lick
Leaf
it, see
fan,
how it
I'm not.
tastes.
No, that's disgusting. I'm not doing that. I mean, great cards though, but yeah, not that good of cards. So that's awesome. So leave that there. So I'm not sure if anyone in the comments has, you know, opened this yet, but for those who have, if they don't mind sharing their best hit, we'll see if I can maybe match them here. So we'll see. Awesome. All right. So this one is the Frozen Hot Shots of Jason Robertson. That is so cool.
Cool.
I'm not sure on the odds of any of this stuff. I know the I forget which like what was it, the franchise trios? I know those have like
Those
crazy odds.
Those are tough for this year.
This
Those
year,
are
yeah,
1 in 200, I think.
which is crazy for a promo product like this. I love reading the odds though on some of the things. It's kind of hilarious, you know.
Hopefully, you can get one of the 3D Sidney Crosby cards. I think those are 1 in
Yeah,
24. So
those
hopefully, you'll get
are
one.
awesome cards. I would love to hit one of those. All right, so we have the Above the Ice cards, Kirill Kaprizov. It's an awesome card there.
Cool.
It's kind of dark here in the room, but hopefully.
Yeah, we'll have to work on your lighting for next time.
I know. I
That's
just kind of
okay.
threw it in here. It's my new space, so I got to definitely pick up a light or something. All right, just kind of blowing through these here. Hopefully the pack rustling isn't too distracting, but some might say that's part of the allure of opening packs. All right, another Frozen Hot Shots, Bo Horvat.
Cool.
These are pretty cool cards. The eye there kind of reminds me of the Lord of the Rings, a little bit.
And I know this is something we always talk about every year with Tim's, but maybe as you're going through, maybe share some of your thoughts about the importance of a product like this.
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of we do kind of talk about it every year, but I love stuff like this. I mean, people can pick up packs on the way home, for their kids or obviously for themselves if they're interested. But yeah, I think it's a great way of just getting people. We got a duplicate here. Not great, but that's all right. It's a great way to kind of push the hobby forward, I think, especially with the next generation. So Brett just said he bought 2 packs today, and Lyndon is not on the checklist, but he did hit a Sidney Crosby retrospective. So for 2 packs, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I forget the odds on those, aren't they?
1 in 24.
Yeah, 24. So we have 24 packs here today, so we should hit one.
Greg also lucked out on one of his pulls there. He got one of the
the Timbit cards. That's great. So yeah, we'll see if I hit any of those. Those are great. I know the odds on years past were pretty crazy, but I think these are much more manageable. Yeah, 1 in 100 packs. So that's not too bad. All right, we have a pure gold of Matthew Tkachuk there. So
nice.
Always like these cards here. I know the gold ones were more vibrant in years past, but this is still a really good card. So. All right, just gonna continue to roll through these.
Our buddy Josh Packham pulled the Montreal franchise trios today, so nice pull there, Josh.
Not bad. That's
1 in 200.
It's fantastic. All right, my guy. We got Above the Ice of Austin Matthews. These are nice cards here. Kind of see that shine. These are nice, actually.
Nice foil background there.
I know, they're great. And the Leafs look awesome this year. For those who hate the Leafs, I'm going to talk about them for a little bit. Resident Leaf fan here. They look good this season, man. They look like, I know we say this every year, but they do look different. There's something different about this team. And I love what Berube is doing to the guys, especially the other night, calling a timeout and just absolutely destroying them with his voice just because he didn't like what he saw, even though they were up by a couple goals. Gotta love that. Yeah, definitely agree with you, Brett. It's really good for reaching a new collecting fan base.
Yep.
So exciting. Alex DeBrincat, Frozen Hot Shots. There we go. Really cool.
There's awesome. Matt's jumping in.
He's there. We knew he'd be here eventually.
Matt,
hey,
you'll
Matt,
have to go. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning of the episode because I showed off the card I got off you last month.
All right, Frozen Hot Shots, Connor McDavid.
There you go.
That's awesome. I love that new that Amazon show. He had that little freak out there, but I mean, honestly, if we were in that scenario, we would do the exact same thing. I saw some people kind of had an issue with that a little bit, but honestly, when you're a competitor like that, honestly, it shows you care. It really does, especially for a guy of his level. But anyway.
Yeah, especially, I mean, there were so many people at the time that were saying, why didn't he come out and accept the Conn Smythe and blah, blah, blah. Well, you watch that clip and you say, yeah, there's no way that anybody would have gone out at that moment. So,
I agree. In Motion Phenoms, Cole Caulfield.
Nice.
Nice.
I always like those cards.
They are nice. But yeah, and then even for the bit of him at the end getting emotional, it's like exactly what you were saying, Eric. Like, you know, to be in the moment with those guys, I mean, it's understandable why he didn't come out. I don't think I would have either.
Yeah.
All right. True North future of Dylan Cousins. Man, the Sabres, I hope they have it this year. I mean, like they've been sort of, you know, on the cusp of hopefully doing something decent every year, you know, as far as the analysts go. We also got a Jordan Binnington base card. Maybe Mr. Team Canada. We'll see. It kind of scares me a bit, but
yeah, the Canadian goaltending factory has run dry recently.
It has. You know, they might call me up soon.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. It's not great, guys. Not great.
I'll say this is the downside of doing things live is that we can't edit out the gaps in between every pack. So that's why
you're hearing every minute of it.
It'll take a while, but yeah, that is
Frozen
one.
Hot Shots. Alex Ovechkin, not bad. That's what I love about these promo releases as well. It's like every pack has someone notable in it, even if it's a base card. So if you're looking for, you know, that certain someone that your you know, kid likes or something like that, chances are you open a couple packs, you're probably gonna hit them. So awesome. Got Tim Horton base card there. Always love it every year.
There you go.
Might save that one there.
Classic.
Exactly. And speaking of the Canadian national team, we got True North future Sidney Crosby. That's awesome. That's a great card. Might keep that one as well. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Back to your point about getting big names. I mean, as a kid, that's what you're hoping for. You know, yeah, obviously it's cool to get a card that's valuable, but like when you're like a little kid, it's just like, I got a card of Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, you think it's like worth $1 million.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Like I remember, you know, finding an old, I'm not sure if anyone has any, you know, similar story, but I found my old childhood collection years ago. And I remember seeing the cards that I just, you know, loved, right? Goalie cards, player cards, whatever. And you're like, man, like this is like the card right here. And then you look at it, you know, in hindsight, and you're like, this card was worth nothing. And, but for whatever reason, it was like my favorite card. And you thought it was worth something special. And it was, but not really, you know, as far as monetary value goes. Pure gold of Cider. Look at that. Billy's guy right here. Awesome.
Cool. Matt, keep watching. There's more for you to enjoy there, other than just the stature and PMG.
All right. True North future of Owen Power. Again, another Sabres guy. They have so many good pieces. It's just they gotta figure it out. They gotta figure it out.
Seems like it should be a matter of time, but I think people have been saying that for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, the last time they were in the playoffs was what, 2011?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, last goalie to play in the playoffs was the Sabres, Enroth. Miller got pulled, and they put Enroth in to kind of end their playoff year that year. And just, yeah, fun fact. So, Frozen Hot Shots, Jack Hughes.
Nice.
That's awesome. Really cool card there. The Devils are on the up and up now, so got Keith behind the bench. So we'll see what happens. Still looking for that Crosby card.
Yeah, hopefully there's one
We
coming.
shall see. Just hit the base card of Crosby, but
Nice.
hopefully more to come here. Frozen Hot Shots, Nathan. Or no, I thought it was McKinnon. It's Mikko Rantanen. Look at that. Not a great start for those guys, but hopefully they put it together soon.
Brett, that's a really good point that you make there about favorite card stories, and you never know what about a card makes it interesting to somebody. So yeah, always a fun element of the hobby for sure.
So true. So true. All right. Frozen Hot Shots, David Pasternak. Getting so much of these lately. Hopefully. A redemption of some sort. Got a couple packs left here.
Coming down to it.
Yeah, we're getting close. All right. Pure Gold of Quinn Hughes. Look at that. And his brother there. That's fantastic. All right. Frozen Hot Shots, Matty Beniers.
Cool.
I don't know what the set looks like, but like I hit a lot of those. Maybe I completed the set right there, but who knows?
True.
All right.
It's your last one?
Got a few more after this. So,
okay.
All right, here we go. Career retrospective, Sidney Crosby.
There we go.
Crosby lifts the cup for the first time.
Nice.
That is an awesome card. Definitely keeping that one.
Beauty.
I know it's nothing crazy, but to me it is. So look at that. That's a cool beauty. Card. The back there as well. So that is awesome. I mean, it's not a autograph card or anything like that, but that is awesome. I'll pick base card there too. So another one of those. So
Matt, that is a good question. That is something that we will touch on later in the episode. So stay tuned.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about kind of our podcast so far and kind of our favorite memories and all things like that. So we'll get to the podcast itself soon, and yeah, that'll be fun to kind of think back and what we've done so far. So Above the Ice is a great card, especially as a goalie fan. Thatcher Demko, that is a cool card. That is awesome.
Cool photography.
Hopefully he can get back to the crease soon. I know Vancouver and all their fans are hurting without him a little bit. So hopefully he can get back in the crease there. So I always love watching him play. All right. True North Future, Kale McCarr. Another Avs guy there. Great play there.
Sounds good, Matt.
Pack of 24-25 collector series. So
let's get that Crosby trip.
Oh, we'll see. Hit a lot of Crosby tonight. So let's see what happens. All right. It is not. It is another Frozen Hot Shots card. Jack Eichel. So there we go. Probably just completed a set. I have no idea. I had so many of those.
You put a big dent in that insert set for sure.
100%. So
crazy.
Yeah, pretty awesome hits right here. I'll just kind of run down my favorites. So 3 Crosbys, the base card, obviously, the future, the True North Future, and the retrospective cards. Those are my top 3 cards there. Also got Tim Hortons base card, which is really cool as a Canadian and a Leafs fan. So that's awesome. Really got to hit one of those Crosby cards. That was the one I wanted to hit. So no T redemption this year. I'm really sad about that. But overall, I think it did pretty good. Did pretty good for the odds. 1 card of the retrospectives in 24 packs. And I picked them up at 2 different locations. So maybe that had something to do with it. So not bad at all. So I guess I'll turn it over to you, Eric. But yeah, that was 24-25 Tim Hortons. And pretty cool. Loved it.
Yeah. Shout out to you for being willing to make the trip this morning. So
yeah, I had to pick up a couple packs this morning so we can round out at 100 cards.
Yeah.
And no problem at all. I was happy to do it. And they got me a Crosby at the end of the day. So
there you go.
That's awesome. I believe that was from the packs this morning. So
good.
Kind of made it all worth it, I guess. So
good.
Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that.
Glad to hear. So Now we're about a quarter of the way through. So next up, we'll stick with 2024-25. We have Upper Deck MVP here. I love the box design this year just because it's very much a design based on the 14-15 MVP base design, which is also what the retro cards are this year. So we'll dive on in here again. You guys are probably familiar with MVP being a product that is kind of geared more toward kids and newer collectors, but it's always a really fun product because it's the first product that comes out each year. So first pack, we've got an Under the Scope of Eric Carlson. Really nice foil pattern there. Shimmers like crazy. So that's pretty cool. And obviously I will not take the time to note all of the base cards because that would take a long time. And I feel like I'm going to run out of space on my desk really quickly as we go through the rest of this episode. But we'll see what I can manage to do here. I did clear off my desk today, which needed to be done because otherwise this episode would not have been possible. So moving on to pack number 2, we have got a retro of Sebastian Aho. So again, that's
So that's 14... retro now? Oh man, dude,
I
know. Like that's not funny. That's like no. Makes me feel really old.
So that's the
I love 14,
the 15 design there brought back as retros. So yep.
Love that.
Yeah, they had been doing the retros as 20th anniversary cards, but obviously there was not MVP in 0405, so they had to switch it up and go to 10 years and go to 14-15 instead. So let's see what we've got here. Next pack, we've got a Rookies of Jan Kuznetsov for the Flames and an Under the Scope of Logan Couture.
Grobman Card says, "What's up? What is up?
What's up,
Thanks,
Mitch?
You guys for joining us today."
Yeah, we appreciate everybody being here. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying so far. Hopefully, we can pull something nice. I kind of did it in an order that we'll be ramping up throughout the course of the episode. So hopefully, it gets a little bit more interesting as we go along. We've got a silver script of Philip Gustafson, noted goal scorer, of course.
That's awesome. Apparently, there's only been 11 goalies. I was listening to the radio the other day of goalies who've scored a goal, who've actually shot the puck into the net themselves, I believe. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, definitely an elite company. That's awesome. Always love a good goalie goal. I would try it myself, but my shot is terrible. For any goalies out there, I'm not sure if you guys are in the chat or not, but if you're a goalie, let me know if you've tried the old goalie goal before.
Dak T-Mac, I know Aaron did pull a Bennington base out of Tim Hortons a little while ago, so there's that. We've got a silver script rookie of Olin Zellweger. So that's a good name there. Pretty cool. I like the base cards this year are like very glossy, which I feel like is not usually the case for MVP, so that's kind of a nice change that I just noticed as I'm going through these. Just makes them feel a little bit nicer. Next pack, I think this is pack 6. We've got a base rookie of Olin Zellweger and an It's Their Time of Wyatt Johnston, which again uses that really nice foil in the background. And base. Pack number 7. Again, apologies that this will take a while. Like I said, not being able to cut out the time in between opening packs will slow things down a bit, but that's the nature of the beast. We have a mascot card, Aaron. This is right up your alley, of Carlton.
Oh, I knew it was going to be Carlton. What does everyone feel about the mascot cards? I like them. I just don't know if they should be inserted in, we'll say, I guess, higher end products, or maybe the memorabilia cards as well. Not that they shouldn't exist, but I question, where and when they're inserted, I guess. But that's just me. That's just me. Yeah. Mitch says, I like them, but not as hits.
Yep.
I don't mind them. Yeah. Like if you include them in the product, that's fine. But maybe it should be like a little bonus card or, make them as some promos or something like that. Yeah. So, but that's just me. I don't mind the cards, especially the base cards. Like they're super cool, or an insert set, or whatever it is, parallels, whatever you got to do. But yeah, I question when and where they've been inserted in the past. But and a product like this is perfect for them. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
I agree. I agree. And I mean, we've talked about it with Billy before, but even, the mascot memorabilia cards and SP Game Used, they're not everybody's cup of tea. However, at the same time, you will notice that those cards do sell significantly better than if you just got like a rookie photo shoot jersey card of, a guy that's in the AHL. So there is that, yeah, I would probably still prefer pulling a hockey player, but from a value standpoint, they can still help you out. So, there is some give and take there. Next pack, we've got a retro gold script for the Vegas Golden Knights of Brendan Brisson.
Oh man, that just kills me. I'm missing the original 14-15 gold script for my Enroth collection. So seeing those back in the day was painful, for other collectors, and then seeing it brought up as a retro set now just rubs salt in the wound so much. So I'm glad you hit one. They're great cards. But
yeah, they're cool, and that should be one of the main hits of the box. So
yeah, exactly.
see here, we've
So,
got an It's Their Time of Elias Pettersson, again with that really nice foil
nice
background.
Billy just said, as long as you're not the breakers type that gets a really nice card and takes 5 minutes to slowly reveal it, then we should be okay as far as opening packs. So I totally agree. A little bit overdone, a little bit too dramatic. Yeah, and a couple people in here commenting on the mascot cards as well, or as far as Mitch said here, coach cards. I don't know how everyone would feel about that, but again, given the right product,
they were done back in the day.
They were done back in the day, but yeah, I could see them being a little bit of demand. I've heard other people bring up, not in the chat here, but ref cards. I think that could be, a certain sector of collectors out there could find that interesting. So it all depends on where you put it. But certain products can definitely support them more than others. But we'll see what happens.
So we got a silver script of Leon Draisaitl in that last pack. We've got a rookie of Gage Consalvis and an It's Their Time of Mason McTavish. And base. Obviously, I would enjoy pulling a Connor Bedard base card out of this set. Not that it's worth a whole lot, but still would be cool. And Jacob Slavin is in the product as well. I still need his base card, so I was kind of holding out hope that I might pull one in this box rather than having to pay for one. So we'll see. We've got a retro of Elias Pettersson.
And Joss wants the team picture cards as well. Those were super fun.
I don't mind those. Like, if they did though, it's kind of it'd be hard to do nowadays. But how they did them as like the team checklist cards.
Yeah,
was fun.
Yeah, but they still take like team photos. I don't think it would be much to.
They're just usually more toward the end of the season, like after the trade deadline. So then you've already missed OPG and MVP and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's actually a good point. But
retro David Pastrnak. Yeah, but something like that. I mean, you could do it as the team checklist for the following year, I guess. It'd be a little bit outdated, but I don't know. I'd probably prefer that to just having the team logo on the card, like how they've been doing.
Mitch just said he would love, and this is a really good idea, actually, a Stanley Cup winning team photo as like a super short print cup insert, like out of 10 once a year, which would be, honestly, you could really throw that in, like do that the first year as like a chase card, and then you can do like similar to the Day with the Cups, do like retro Day with the Cup cards of previous winners, not so much recent, and you could do even the same thing with old cup winning photos. I think that would be actually a really good idea. Yeah, that's great. Brett just said solid, so that's a really good idea. I mean, honestly, I know some people, we're not going to name names, but do listen to this podcast, and so we'll see if that's an idea that gets picked up,
including one who has been in the chat already. So
yes, that is true. That is very true. So again, we're not going to name names, but we know a couple people listen to this podcast, so that's a very good idea.
We've got a rookie of Josh Waugh for the Canadians, and then probably what I'm assuming is going to be the hit of the box. We have a Colors and contours numbered out of 250 for the Vancouver Canucks, Elias Pettersson.
Hey, that's a great card.
Really nice looking card.
Nicely done.
We are getting down to it here. I think we've got 6 more packs to go in this box. And there are still 4 more different boxes coming after this. So grab your popcorn if you have not already. Get settled in. Enjoy your Saturday afternoon. Let's see here. We have got a silver script of Evgeny Kuznetsov. And base. Let's see here. We have got, this one's sticking a little bit, and It's Their Time of Logan Cooley. And a base card of Johnny Gaudreau. Rest in peace, Johnny. Really job well done by the Blue Jackets and Panthers the other night, paying tribute to Johnny and his family. That was a beautifully done ceremony.
Yeah, it was definitely something to see. Obviously sad and just tragic, but it was nice that they did that.
This one is kind of similar to the one insert from Tim's, but really, really nice in person. Above the Crease of Alexander Georgiev.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Yep. Showing the team celebrating with Georgiev from above the net. Pretty cool imagery there. Obviously, we're always a big fan of cards that have really nice photography on them. I know that's a topic we've talked about fairly recently, I think earlier this year, but yeah, a nice photo just makes a card for sure. Let's see here, we're getting down to it. We've got another mascot here for the Boston Bruins of Blades. And base. We've got 2 more packs here for 24-25 MVP. Let's see, still looking for that Slavin base. We do have a base of Andrew Mangiapane, who I know is a fan favorite here on the show.
Definitely.
Got an Under the Scope of Tim Stützle. And we're down to the last pack of the box. Still looking for that Bedard base. Still looking for the Slavin base. So we'll see.
We'll get them all in this pack.
We've got a silver script of Mark Scheifele. And that is it. Unfortunately, no Bedard, no Slavin. Can't win them all. That's how it goes. So that is 24-25 MVP. And I'm going to take a minute here just to put the packs away, just because otherwise things are going to get out of control in a hurry here.
That's true.
So let's see, that was 20 packs on top of year 24. So we're at 44 out of 100. So we're almost halfway. Not quite. But I'm excited for this next box because this is one that you certainly do not see opened very often anymore. It is very much not a new product. We're actually going back over 20 years for this one. This one I'm digging out of my personal stash of 2003-2004 Parkhurst Original 6 Chicago.
What a great set.
Yeah, for those who are not familiar with this product line, Dr. Price, back with In the Game, did a product for each of the original 6 teams and had a 100 card base set that featured some of the current players as well as retired players and legends who have played for the team over the years, and then also a bunch of subset cards like players who were all-stars for that team, Hall of Famers for that team, captains for the team, stat leaders for the franchise, things like that. So this product is 6 cards per pack, 24 packs per box. You get 1 memorabilia card per box. So that's kind of the big draw per box. There are autograph cards, but they're not guaranteed. I've probably opened like 6 or 7-ish boxes of this stuff over the years, and I've only pulled an autograph once. So they are definitely a little bit tougher to get. You usually will get like 1 or maybe 2 inserts per box. But like I said, you're really kind of just chasing for that memorabilia card as far as the hits go, but just seeing the history of a franchise presented throughout the product is so much fun. And obviously, being a Blackhawks fan, this is one of my favorite products ever made. I've been kind of chipping away at the master set over the years. I think I have all the autographed cards except for Ken Warham. I thought I had one, but I actually don't. So that's the only autograph I need. And then I still need quite a few of the memorabilia cards. So my hope for this box is just that I get a memorabilia card that I don't already have.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Or the autograph card. That would be something.
Yeah, that would be ideal. But yeah, there's things anywhere from jersey cards of guys who were on the team at the time, all the way up to like vintage memorabilia cards of legends of the franchise. I know in the Montreal set there is a Vezina stick card that is a highly desirable and collectible and valuable card still to this day. I think there's one earlier this year that sold for like $1,000 or something. So
that's nuts.
Yeah, some of the memorabilia cards are big time cards for sure. So fun products. And yeah, I probably won't run through every single base card just for the sake of time, even though it is a fun blast from the past seeing some of these names. I'll go through like the first few packs just so you guys can hear some names that you probably haven't thought of in a long time. Darren Quint, Ryan Vandenbush, Dirk Graham, Alexei Zhamenov as one of the captains cards, and a franchise leaders of Steve Larmer. And then these are just like what the kind of the current player base cards look like. There's that, and then the retired and legend players look like that. So yeah, just a really, really cool, fun product. I have always loved this product. I still do have one more box of this still in my collection sitting over there. So I'm sure I'll open that one day. These boxes came from the 2021 National in Chicago, I believe, is when I got these. I think I bought 4 of them at that show. So let's see here. Got Jeremy
Greg was
Roenick.
just asking if we're planning to pick up the new Bruins Centennial set this year. It does look like a good product. I really enjoy Centennial sets. I think they're really cool. However, as a Leaf fan, I'm going to throw you a big no on that one.
Fair. We do have one of the insert cards, so I'll show that off. It's a trophy winners for the Calder Memorial Trophy of Ed Belfour. So again, the inserts are usually like 2-ish per box, so those are kind of some of the chase-ish cards to be looking out for, as well as some like the franchise leaders. Like there's a Tony Esposito for top 10 career shutouts, pretty cool. So yeah, again, it's not the most exciting product to watch be opened, just because there's not a whole lot of interesting stuff that comes out of it as far as hits and things like that. But
just get that sweet jersey card.
A super, super fun product for sure. So again, we'll not go through every single base card just for the sake of time, especially since we've already been going for an hour. So hoping this doesn't end up being like a 2 or 3 hour video. We'll see. See what we can do. Pick up the pace a little bit here. I know, I apologize, I don't see it on the screen right now, so I'm not sure who asked, but I know somebody asked about our thoughts about the Outburst Retro Young Guns and the Young Guns Renewed, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
Earlier in the episode. Aaron, do you have thoughts on those?
I like them personally. I mean, I really like the Outburst cards when they were first released last year, and to throw it back with a couple players, no doubt we'll see a couple more added to that list, I'm sure. But yeah, I think it's a really cool idea. And then the McDavids look great. I saw someone pull a silver, and yeah, they're really cool. So I know the retro stuff has been kind of done to death, and this is sort of like a retro, but a new feel with like that new parallel. So it's cool. I like it, and so obviously someone's gonna get quite the hit when they pull the McDavid one. That being the gold 101. So it's going to be really cool to see, but I don't mind those ones. But that's just me. I like retro stuff. So
let's see here. And it's always fun. Brian did a good job of including names for these products that you don't necessarily think of players with those teams. So like here's a Dominic Hasek with the Blackhawks. Pretty cool. Phil Esposito, another good example there. And here's one of the Hall of Fame themed ones of Glenn Hall called Enshrined. I would love to see a product like this come back one day. It's pretty hard to actually pull it off, but maybe one day, we'll see. Obviously, there are the Centennial themed products like we were talking about with Greg. Obviously, the Canadians have had it, and the Leafs, and now the Bruins, and obviously the Hawks, Wings, and Rangers will be coming up soon here, but yeah, just a really cool idea that Dr. Price had for this product line, and excellent execution as well. Let's see here. Keith Magnuson, that's a big name for Blackhawks fans. Obviously, he was a fan favorite back in the 70s, and obviously passed away much too soon back in 2003. So he actually does have an autograph card in this product, even though it's an 0304 product. The product line was actually intended to release in 2002-03, because if you look at the back of the autograph cards, it says something like, you have received a 2002-03 Parkhurst Original 6 autograph. So kind of interesting in that way. But yeah, so Magnuson actually has autograph cards in this product, even though it did not come out until 0304. So one of his very few autograph cards. So those are always very, very desirable cards when they show up. Darren Pang, there's a fun name. Obviously, a lot of people know him for his broadcast work, but was a goalie for the Blackhawks back in the day as well. Is there a player that isn't on the checklist that you thought would be? Brett, are you talking about this product here, or are you talking about the outbursts or things? I'm assuming you're talking about this stuff.
I think this product.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting question, just because the Blackhawks were not great at that time. So I feel like it was easier to focus more on the retired guys for this product. We'll see if we get it, and I will definitely show it if I do. But I know Bobby Orr is in the set, which that's a really, really cool base card. So you don't see Orr pictured with the Blackhawks super often, especially not back in this era. So, but one that's not on the checklist, that's a really good question. I would have to give that some thought. But that's a really good question that I admittedly have not thought of in the 20 years of this product being around. We'll see if the pattern follows, but usually I feel like the memorabilia cards were fairly consistent as far as their placement within the box. So I think it will probably be coming up pretty soon here, potentially in the next pack. And yep, there it is.
That's
so
awesome.
Here's going to be our hit of the box. I won't be that guy and save it. I'll just go ahead and show it. So our hit of the box, we have got, and this is kind of one of the interesting things of the product. So most of the cards are of players from that franchise, but then they also had a subset called shooters, which featured like the top scorers and point producers against that franchise.
Oh, okay.
So got one of those, a shooter's jersey card for the Dallas Stars of Mike Modano.
That's a nice one.
So you see there it says 67 points against the Chicago Blackhawks.
That's a really interesting idea. I didn't know they did that. That's a really cool way of kind of mixing in these guys.
Yeah, obviously a huge name there, so really cool. But you know, when some people say, well, I'm opening a Blackhawks product, I want to have Blackhawks player, and I totally get that. You know, it's funny in a way that's like you're commemorating the product to this franchise, and then, oh, this guy has torched your franchise over the years. But so it's kind of funny in that way. But yeah, it's still a really cool idea. You know, obviously there is more to franchise history than just the positives. There are also the not so good things and the things that happen against you and things like that. So it's
Very
a
true.
cool idea that Brian kind of incorporated that element of things as well.
I would like to think if they did a modern Leafs product, they would just have all Boston Bruins hits of teams that have just
It would
totally
actually
destroyed the emotions of Leafs fans all these years.
it
So
would actually just be a Bruins
it
product
would
though.
be a Bruins product, which is what they're coming out with soon. So I guess that was meant to be a Leaf product.
True. So we do have another insert, a retired numbers of Bobby Hull. That's a cool one. And we're starting to get down to it here. I've not opened this many packs at one time in quite a while. Here we go. Here's the Legends base card of Bobby Orr. So cool card there.
That is a
Four
cool card.
Especially with the full body photo, like you mentioned in the chat there, Brett. Just a nice touch. Always cool to see a full body action shot, especially of guys like that. I think we're getting down to 5 packs left here for this one. So you got another Darren Pang. It's kind of an interesting thing about it is with the pack count and it only being a 100 card base set, you pretty much always get a full base set per box, and then a few doubles as well. Let's see here. Here's another one, kind of like Orr, that you don't see guys pictured with the team very often. Howie Morenz.
That's cool. That's what I loved about In the Game, or just anything that Brian did, really. As you can see here, just the way he mixed in certain guys in certain product is just, I mean, we see that a little bit today, but it's just, he did it in such a way that he included literally everybody. He included the stars, he included the stars of the past, he included guys that, you still don't know the names of. And I really enjoyed that. I don't think, the way the hobby is now, I don't think that we'll really see anything like that again. I know he does a great job with President's Choice, but just with all the base cards and previous products and stuff like that, like you really got a full look at hockey of that time. When opening up his products, like it was all the modern guys, NHL, minor league guys of the past. It was just a really good mix of players, and I don't know if we'll see that again. So it's sad, but also kind of glad that we got to experience that when we did. So
I mean, we have even seen that kind of like Chronology and SP Signature Legends included a lot of guys that you just don't see very often.
That's a good point.
But yeah,
He
products
did it
like
so consistently. It's just it was always really cool.
Products like 0405 in the game franchises, like there were just so many old school guys and obscure players and things like that. It was really. I mean, I think a lot of people who've been in the hobby dating back to then would say that's one of the best product lines ever made.
Yeah.
So I've got a trophy winner insert of Tony Esposito
for
the Vezina trophy.
That's awesome. Did your dad, for those who don't know, I believe, I don't know if Eric has shared this, but, your dad was the, one of the, I think it was like the strength and conditioning coaches for the Blackhawks back in the day. So he would kind of work with guys like Tony Esposito and guys like that. So I'm sure for Eric, especially being a Hawks fan, but, for that era in particular, I'm sure, him and his dad have probably bonded over, a couple of those cards, and I'm sure the stories that come with it. I just found that to be a really cool fact. I remember, we were talking about Tony Esposito once, seeing some of his cards, just like we did there, and Eric kind of told me that, and really, really cool. So.
Yep, back in the early '80s, he came in the same year as Dennis Savard. So my dad and Dennis Savard were rookies together, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Got a rookie of Tuomo Ruutu. He was a big name rookie back in the time and in the day. So that's a cool one there. Got a Aaron, I know you'll like this one. We have a Craig Anderson card, but it's back when he spelled Anderson with 2 S's.
Oh, that was really cool. I think the story behind that is he did that, purposely at the draft I believe, to make him sound more Swedish. And
Correct.
so I believe, I guess it must have been all the rage, or make him have a little bit more mystery behind him. So he purposely spelled his name wrong when he submitted it, or maybe he changed his name, or I guess that's how he submitted his name, to the league
Yep.
when they brought him in, and just to kind of give him a little bit of an extra edge. He thought, I guess it worked.
Yeah.
So like I forget where I heard that, but that was a really cool story. So yeah, I guess I didn't know the cards would have it, but I guess they would.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's
Back in that time,
yeah,
0203 and 0304.
that's super cool. So, and then he changed his name to the correct way of spelling his name for the rest of his career, to not
Yep.
be Swedish anymore.
Yep. He is a native of Park Ridge, Illinois, which is a
There we
suburb of
go.
Chicago. So
Definitely not Swedish, but that moment in time, he was. I just always found that to be a really cool story.
yes, it is. For sure. And I remember being a kid and being like just like confused, like, wait,
Like,
what?
who's
Like I
Anderson?
thought,
What? Who's this guy? He's
yeah.
American? How?
Yep. So
That's a good point too. I mean, people, from in and around there, or just Americans in general, just seeing that and being like, "Huh, he's American? How?" But he was pulling a fast one on you guys.
Yep.
That's
So
fun.
that is 0304 Parkhurst Original 6 Chicago, one of my all-time favorite products. Really, really cool, fun stuff. If you guys are a fan of an Original 6 team and you have never opened that stuff and you can find a box affordably of your team, definitely go ahead and do it. It's tougher to get Montreal and Toronto for obvious reasons, but Boston and New York and Chicago can be had fairly affordably. So I would highly encourage you to do that if you have not. So that will do it for kind of the more extensive, time painstaking products. We will turn our attention to a trio of newer, not 0304, 2324 products. We'll do some Bedard hunting. Before we get to that, just a reminder about the giveaway for those who have joined late and didn't hear at the beginning. We will be doing a giveaway later in the show, as I'll take a drink real quick. There will be 3 different prizes that we'll be drawing for. First up, 22-23 and 23-24 AHL. Second, 23-24 CHL. And then third, a kind of quote-unquote random lot of hits from various box breaks we have done. And if you get that, you can pick the team that you want, and we'll put together a lot of cards from that team. So all you have to do is just comment in the chat, and we'll draw toward the end of the show. First winner will get their pick of the 3 prizes. Second winner will get their pick of the remaining prizes. Third winner will get the leftover prize. So with that, let's turn to 23-24 Upper Deck Credentials. 6 cards per pack, 8 cards per pack. Of course, you're looking for those rookie ticket cards and autographs. Obviously, Bedard is what you're hoping for, and myself included, for sure. So that would be great. Even just a base rookie of him would be really cool. So see what we can do. I love the artwork for this product. Just a really cool, fun, kind of like 90s feeling look to it. It's honestly very strange going from 0304 to 2324, and just like how different the packs feel and the cards feel and everything. So kind of interesting there. We've got a highly anticipated of Samuel Bolduc. We've got a speed of the game of Shane Wright. And base. And if you guys have not seen the base cards, here's what they look like. Pretty cool design. Here. This one will be much quicker, like I said, only 8 packs. Second pack, we've got a highly anticipated of Henry Thrun. We've got a debut ticket access orange for the Florida Panthers of Justin Sordiff, numbered out of 249.
Those ticket cards are always really cool.
Yes. Very nice looking cards. And a Johnny Gaudreau base card. On to pack number 3. You do get at least 3 of the debut ticket access cards, so should still be getting at least a couple more. We've got a Who's Best of Jack Hughes and a pink parallel for the Vancouver Canucks, numbered out of 49 of JT Miller.
Nice. Those look awesome.
On to pack number 4, which will be the halfway point. Yeah, the orange pops really nicely on the ticket card there for sure. We've got a Who's Next of Lucas Dostal for the Anaheim Ducks. And here's our hit of the box. We have a debut ticket access auto, numbered out of 299 for the Nashville Predators of Igor Afanasyev.
Nice. Always nice getting all.
Yep, and these are hard-signed autographs, which is a nice bonus there. Even though this is kind of one of the earlier products in the year that has rookie autographs in it, they are hard-signed, which is nice. Obviously, this product has been out for a little while at this point. We have a highly anticipated of Ridley Gregg and a horizontal debut ticket access for the New York Rangers of Will Cooley, numbered out of 599. Really cool pattern in the background there. And base. On the pack number 6. I know there are acetate cards in here as well, so we'll see if we get one of those. We've got a highly anticipated of Ty Cartier. And that's a nice one there. We've got a horizontal debut ticket access red, numbered out of 125 for the Boston Bruins of Matt Patra.
Oh, nice. They remind me of the Outburst cards a little bit. Same thing with the silver one. Very similar color.
Yep, so obviously that's one of the better rookies, and getting a parallel, can't go wrong there, so that's pretty cool. 2 packs left here. On to pack number 7. We have got a highly anticipated of Igor Afanasyev to go along with the autograph, and a speed of the game of Clayton Keller. So down to the 8th and final pack for credentials. Let's see if we can muster anything else here. We have got a Who's Next of Jake Sanderson. We've got 2 debut ticket access cards in this pack, which is crazy. We've got a yellow. These are not numbered, but really cool because it's a really nice color match for the Nashville Predators of Luke Evangelista. Beautiful card. And we have a red debut ticket access out of 349 for the Philadelphia Flyers of Emile Andre. So there is credentials. Again, the debut ticket access cards are really kind of the main draw of the product, and they are beautiful cards in person.
They are nice cards.
If you've got a rookie that you like, or your favorite team has some guys in the set, definitely would encourage you to pick up some of those cards just because they do look really nice. And even just for the base cards and some of the cheaper parallels, you can usually find them fairly affordably. So those are nice cards to have in your collection for sure. So let's see, we have got 76 packs down, 24 to go. And these are the 2 products I was looking forward to the most. We have 23-24 Upper Deck Ice coming up next. Obviously, kind of a boomer bust product. There is huge hit potential with this product, especially with the exquisite cards, the acetate rookie patch autos, things like that. Of course, the Ice Premieres out of 99, the Ice Premieres autograph cards. Honestly, a lot of you probably know I have a McDavid Ice Premieres auto in my collection, and I would probably, hopefully, maybe one day pick up the Bedard to kind of go with that. And
I mean, maybe today's the day.
Maybe. Unfortunately, he is a redemption in the product, so it wouldn't be a live hit, but
still,
that would be a big card for sure.
That
Well,
would be really cool.
Some of his autographs are live. He has exquisite RPAs in here are live, which is nice. So we'll see what we can muster here. First pack, we have got a Sub-Zero of David Pasternak. Nice foil pattern there. And a green right team wrong player for the Blackhawks, Wyatt Kaiser, who he's a very polarizing player in Blackhawks land. Some people love him. Some people, like myself, are not huge fans. So just kind of interesting there, but yeah, not my favorite player, but
Brett
still.
just mentioned in credentials, he really likes seeing that product there. Seeing the Arizona card makes him wonder when we're going to see the first Utah HC cards.
I would say probably extended series.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then Greg commented that he actually likes the snowman insert.
I love the snowman insert.
Yeah.
I think it's a really fun idea, really cool design. The foil on them is really nice. I'm hoping we do pull one here. They're not guaranteed, but the Bedard is one that I would honestly really like to pick up for my collection at some point, just because they are really cool.
And Billy just mentioned that Brian made the one and only memorabilia card of Derek Morris. So
that's true.
Hey, you know what? There's something for everybody, and that just shows it. So, I totally hear what you're saying.
Billy, help me out. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Is that 0304 in the game action for the Derek Morris jersey card? Let me know. We've got a purple of Braden Schneider and a green of Marco Casper. And a shout out to my buddy Jeff Osborne. He just popped in the chat.
Jeff helps. Bad man.
Yep, of course. Jeff runs the hockey site that I help out with.
That's great.
And he is very, very generously allowing us to use the StreamYard account. So big shout out to Jeff for that, because without him, this would not be happening right now. On to pack number 3. We've got our first Depth of Winter insert card. These ones are interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about them. Some people like them, some people don't, but it's a kind of a triangular die cut. This one is of Charlie McAvoy.
Those are really cool cards. They remind me of the Pacific Award winner cards.
True, the Creamer's Choice.
Yeah, those are really nice.
And we have a green of Josh Morrissey. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, if it's going to be a quote-unquote like cheaper insert, it is at least unique, so can't complain there. On to pack number 4. Of course, one thing you're looking for is those Acetate Ice Premiers rookie cards. Should be getting, I think, at least 2 or 3 in the box. We'll see. We've got another Depth of Winter for the Minnesota Wild of Matt Boldy. And a green of Cale Makar.
Those triangular cards remind me of those, I forget what set it was from, but the old Christmas ornament cards. I'm sure there's been a couple of them, but there's been a couple over the years.
Looks like we've got our first Ice Premiers. There's a blue parallel numbered out of 799 for the Florida Panthers of Mackie Samoskevich. So this is one of the polarizing things about the current configuration and build of ice, is that back in the day, it was you just had the Ice Premiers rookie card. You didn't have parallels of them. And I understand why they exist, to be able to make more boxes and fulfill the demand for group breaking and stuff like that. But I think a lot of people feel that the parallels of the Ice Premiers, so again, this being a blue parallel, really, really hurts the appeal of the Ice Premiers, and I would agree with that. It was nice just having, just the one card, and that was that. But, again, understand, and they're still really nice cards for sure. So there's that. We also have a green of Braden Point. Another thing to keep in mind too with this product in particular is there are kind of like extended base rookie cards within just kind of like the base checklist of guys like Bedard and Fantilli and Carlson that are short prints. So those are something to keep an eye out for as well, just above and beyond the the normal base cards. We've got a purple parallel of Pyotr Kochetkov. Nice looking card there. And a green Aaron, UC Saros.
Man, I love him. He's great.
That one will be heading your way eventually.
That's awesome. Big fan of the guy.
That's cool. Starting to get down to it here. Still looking for a hit, whether it's a jersey, an auto, an exquisite card, which I think I just jinxed here. Because we've got a very, very thick card in this pack here. Nope, it's one of the Frozen in Ice rip cards, actually, for the Toronto Maple Leafs of Mitch Marner.
Oh, you got to rip that.
I think we shall. Hopefully we can get a Bedard mini ice premieres would be cool.
That would be excellent.
Green of Yuri Patera. And a base rookie of the wrong Blackhawks rookie center whose first name begins with C-O, Cole Guttman. But let's go ahead and rip into the Marner, shall we? Why not? These are always a little bit difficult to get into, so hopefully this doesn't take too long, and hopefully I don't mangle it too badly. I'm actually going to use this X-Acto knife here. See if that'll help. Drum roll, please. Typically, you don't get anything super crazy out of these.
I wonder if there's like a correlation between who you're ripping it from. I don't think there would be, but
I don't think so. I mean,
fine.
At the same time, you would hope that if you're ripping like a Bedard, that there would be something decent in it, but that's not always a guarantee, unfortunately. So it does seem like it is kind of just a luck of the draw type of thing. So, Brett, that's a good question. I think, like, I know there are parallels of these, so I would be a little hesitant to rip a really rare parallel one.
I guess that's true. But then what would you get inside? I mean, wouldn't you get something good if it's a rare parallel version? I think that's
or hope so. You would think or hope so, but there is no guarantee because
I'd rip it.
You could end up getting like what we just got here, getting a mini ice premieres of Yuri Patera.
I mean, that's still pretty sweet. Goalie card. Eric always hits the nice goalie cards. I love the mini ice premieres. That's so cool.
Yeah. Really cool card, even if they're not overly desirable or valuable. That's not what it's all about.
Yeah, you never know.
Still hoping that we can get a hit card here. Still looking for some ice premieres. Hoping we can get a snowman. Let's see what we've got here. There's the base card of UC Saros, Aaron. Set that one aside for you.
That's awesome.
And we have got a Depth of Winter of Alex DeBrincat. And a green of Walker Dewar. Coming down to it here. Looks like we've still got 4 packs left. 2 of these should be ice premieres. And hey, there we go. We do have a snowman. Not Bedard, but it's still a cool one. And the team is, on brand for the insert. For the Colorado Avalanche, Mikko Rantanen.
Oh, look at that. Those are actually kind of cool.
They're
like
cool.
that.
They're very cool.
That is nice.
Really nice.
What are the odds on those?
They're not guaranteed, but they're easy enough. They're like every other box, roughly. 1 in 24.
Not bad.
So, yeah, but I'm glad we did get one because they are cool, fun cards. As well as a green parallel of Brian Rust. 3 packs left. Should have 2 ice premieres. Maybe we'll get a better one since there hasn't been anything overly crazy thus far. Of course, getting a Bedard out of 99 would be dandy. I would not complain. We've got a purple of Billy Sweezy and a green of Artemi Panarin. So 2 packs left. If we are going to meet the odds, I think there should be at least, or I guess you only get 2 ice premieres. I stand corrected.
Mm.
This one feels like a brick, so we might, I think we have
Ooh,
something there. I'll
that's
come back
awesome.
to that. I'll be that guy. I'll save it for this time.
I mean,
So
there's only 2 packs
there's
left,
only 2
so
packs. Yeah.
might as well. That's exciting.
So onto the final pack, we do have an Ice Premieres. It is a true Ice Premieres. So a base one, a true rookie, numbered out of 999 for the Arizona Coyotes / Utah Hockey Club, Michael Kesselring. So you'll
Cool.
see the kind of the gray border on the circle there. Those are the true base versions of the Ice Premieres. Then there are also the blues that we pulled earlier with Samoskevich, and there's greens, which I think are out of 199 or 299. I think 299. Then there are golds out of 25 and black 1 of 1s. So, yeah, but the gray ones are the base ones. So back to the 7th pack, because there is a chunky card in here. So we might have an exquisite or something like that. We shall
Good
see.
luck. Drum roll here.
Ooh, that's a beautiful card. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. Our best hit of the day for sure. We'll start off with the green parallel of the pack, Cam Atkinson. And finishing off the box, like I said, this is a beautiful card. We have a gold patch auto, numbered out of 49 for the New York Islanders. And Aaron, you jinxed it with the goalie mojo, Ilya Sorokin.
Oh, wow. What a great hit. Look at that. That is a beautiful card.
Yeah.
Nice job. Yeah, you're always hitting those good goalie cards, and I'm glad, especially in the 100th episode, that train keeps on rolling. That's
And
fantastic.
it is a hard signed autograph.
Ooh, what a great card.
Yeah, beautiful.
Nice job.
Beautiful card.
Well
Really
done.
nice pull. Really nice pull on that one. So that is 23-24 Upper Deck Ice. So a product that I really, really enjoyed back in the mid 2000s. Just loved the theme of the product and all the acetate cards back in the day. I feel like it's lost its identity a little bit over the years, but there are still really nice cards like that Sorokin that you can get. So always a product that I enjoy opening and seeing, and plenty of very nice cards that can be had from it for sure. So that is 23-24 Upper Deck Ice. That means we are 88 packs in, 12 to go. Those final 12 packs coming from 23-24 OPG Platinum.
Loved OPG
Of
Platinum.
course,
Oh, man, that's great. Hopefully you can keep the goalie mojo going.
We're looking for 1 autograph per box. Of course, typically they're rookie autographs, so of course you're looking for Bedard. Of course, you're also looking for those numbered parallels, looking for lots of color. You get 3 base rookie cards per pack, so even just getting a Bedard base rookie, I would be very happy about. I believe there are 50 rookies on the checklist, maybe it might be 100 this year. I'm not sure, but regardless, it's certainly feasible to pull at least a Bedard base card. So I would be very happy just with a base rookie card, but we'll see what we can get. Obviously, there's huge pull potential. I know a Bedard Emerald Surge auto just sold earlier this week for like $10,000. A non-auto Emerald Surge sold for like 5,000 or something. So, and then of course the Golden Treasures 1 of 1s are huge cards. So we shall see what we can muster. We've got a rookie of Ty Cartier. I won't show all the rookies since you do get 3 per pack, but I will at least mention them. So Alex Laferriere and Logan Cooley. That's a good one. So again, like I said, 3 rookies per pack, and then you get 3 kind of like inserts per pack. We have a showmanship of Nick Suzuki, a rainbow of Timo Meyer, and a matte pink rookie of Tyler Angle. So those are cool. And then base, of course. Kind of the structure of the packs, if you guys aren't familiar, it's 3 base followed by the 3 rookies, followed by 3 inserts and or parallels, and then finishing off with 3 base again. So that's kind of what you're looking for as you open each pack. Again, like I said, 1 autograph per box. And Billy, did say that I was correct about the in the game action jersey card, so I've got a good memory.
Nice.
Next pack up, we've got a rookie of Yuri Kulich, Matthew Kessel, and Walteri Morella for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We've got a showmanship of Linus Olmark, and I am a happy boy. It's nothing too crazy, but we do have a rainbow marquee rookie for the Chicago
Ooh.
Blackhawks.
Oh,
Connor Bedard.
yeah. Rainbow. Look at that. That is awesome. Nice hit. It's a beautiful looking card.
I'm happy.
That is definitely something. I think we're doing all right today.
Yeah. That's a beauty for sure. Very happy with that. Set that one aside so it doesn't get buried. Yeah, can't go wrong there. That's a nice card. Those sell pretty well. I think those are still triple digit cards. We've got a sunset of William Dufour as well as the third insert of the pack. And base. Josh, the jury is still out about whether or not that Bedard guy is any good. I think most people would say he's nothing special, but
Just checked,
obviously,
and the Bedard. Sorry to interrupt.
no, yeah,
I believe, I don't know if this is the highest one, but just a recent sale here, it sold for about 200 Canadian.
okay, wow,
So that's not bad at all.
sweet.
See if there's any other ones here. You can continue on, Eric. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But
Got rookies of Jackson Lacombe, Vinny Desharnais, and Jonathan Gruden. We have a sweet selections of Luke Hughes. Those are cool looking cards. Rainbow of Philip Grubauer and a sunset of Thatcher Demko. Yeah, obviously, I mean, if you guys have not watched a whole lot of Bedard, do yourself a favor and turn on a Blackhawks theme sometime because he is very fun to watch and he has been very fun to watch, especially so far this season. He just looks way more confident with the puck this year, and
he's decent.
he and Teuvo Teravainen have meshed really well together and have been making a lot of really nice plays. So, yeah, do yourself a favor, throw on a Hawks game once in a while. Got rookies of Hunter McCowan, Akito Hirose, and Walker Dewar. Got a photo driven of Jack Hughes. We've got a retro rainbow, which are one per box, of Tyson Forster. And a base rainbow of Evander Kane.
Nice. I just checked on the Bedard prices again. I think the highest one I'm seeing, there was one on October 6th that sold for $241 Canadian.
Wow.
Buy it now. Plus $20 shipping, so not bad at all.
Nice. Very cool. On to the next pack here. We've got rookies of John Ludwig, Fraser Minton, and Bobby McMahon. So a couple nice Leafs rookies there. Photo driven of Cale Makar, a rainbow rookie of Mark Del Gaizo, and a sunset of Josh Norris. So some nice cards there. Yeah, obviously all of the platinum cards are just beautiful. With the chromium card stock just makes cards look really nice and pop really well. So even the base cards from OPG Platinum are beautiful cards. I don't know who doesn't love a nice shiny card like that. It's just really cool. We've got a rookie of Simone Nemec. That's a decent one. Hunter Shepard and Michael Kesselring. Got a photo driven of Leon Draisaitl, rainbow of Clayton Keller, and a matte pink of Anze Kopitar. I've always really liked the matte pinks, just kind of like that brushed metal look. It just is a really cool finish on the card. So always been a big fan of that parallel. I think those came in, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago at this point, but yeah, really nice cards. So we're halfway, still looking for our autograph, still looking for all of the numbered cards, actually. We have not hit any of the numbered parallels
The next
yet.
6 packs should be
awesome. Actually, I think all hits. Right? I don't think we've hit any numbered cards. Yeah, so we have 6 packs left, and it should be 6 hits. We've got a Jackson Stauber rookie for the Blackhawks. Ridley Gregg, who, if you guys know, he's the guy that follows us around all the time. So
Oh yeah,
that's a
awesome.
fun one.
Brett just mentioned as a player collector,
Mm.
colored parallels would be so fun to chase, and that is an opinion that I haven't heard in a long time because I'm of the same belief too that more parallels the better because it's really fun to chase. But I think now the opinion is kind of of the opposite effect where too many parallels, and I get it, but as a player collector, the more the merrier, and yeah, it's always fun to chase those parallels even though it can get ridiculous at times. So Brad, I totally hear your opinion on that, and I agree personally. I mean, I know a lot of people don't, but that's just my opinion.
I forget which season it is. I know Slavin has been in the OPG Platinum base set a few times. And again, I don't remember which year off the top of my head, but I know one year I do have the full rainbow, including the golden treasures. So
yeah, so exactly like Brett just mentioned here, you want an affordable chase, and that's the key. And I think for the most part,
they
some of
can
these
get pretty
rainbows
pricey.
do
I know.
accomplish that. And
I
so
know one of I've.
they
I think I've.
can, especially with those obviously lower
Yeah,
parallels.
yeah. The
But
rare parallels can definitely get up there. I know. I don't know if it's that year, but one of the Slavin ones, I think cost me like $300 or $350 or so. It was insane. But it's one of
yeah,
those cards. It's like you see it and it's
they
just
can
like,
get
well,
pricey, but
you kind of got to grab it. So anyway,
you
finishing
kind of
off
got to
this
grab it
pack.
exactly.
Yeah, finishing off this pack, Hugh McGing rookie card, Cole Caulfield photo driven, a retro of Jake Peltier, and our first numbered card. I believe this is a liquid metal, numbered out of 399 for the Calgary Flames, and we'll give a shout out to Jeremy Lee, who just popped in the house for the Calgary Flames
Look at
of
that, Jeremy.
Connor Zary. Nice
Look at
looking
that.
card there.
It's fantastic.
Obviously,
Another
I'm
thing
sure.
about the
Go ahead.
parallels, just gonna punch my point right in there. Those who complain about there being too many cards in a rainbow, just one thing. If you've ever completed a really long rainbow, take a step back and look at it, and it becomes worth it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm going to say on that. Yes, a lot of parallels are annoying, and they can get pricey depending on the product, but I think it's all worth it in the end if you can complete a good rainbow. I mean, you can't hate, a 9-card completed rainbow or something like that. I know it gets a lot more crazy, and I know the numbers can get up there, sometimes double than that. But just take a look and just view a completed rainbow. I think at that point it becomes worth it. But that's just me. That's just me.
It can get out of hand though. I know the OPG Platinum Rainbow I have of Slavin is like 20 plus cards. It's a lot, but
Yeah,
that's
that
how it
it
goes.
does get up there.
Jeremy, since you popped in late, and I know other people have been popping in or out, we did pull this card a few minutes ago, a rainbow of Connor Bedard. So that was a big win there. On to the next pack. Aaron, UC Saros. There you go. Adding to
Beauty.
your Saros collection there. Got rookies of Levi Marilinen, Robbie Yarventi, and Matt Patra. And we didn't just get one Bedard. We got two. We have a Sweet Selections insert of Connor Bedard.
Oh wow.
Not
That's
nearly as
fantastic. I
notable of
love
a
the
card,
NHL
but
logos.
still, any
Looks
Bedard
good.
is a good Bedard. Got a retro Patrick Laine, and our second numbered card, a rookie for the Chicago Blackhawks. Liquid
No
metal,
way.
numbered out of 399 of Luke Philp.
Oh, come on. Why'd you do that? That was terrible. I thought we were onto something here, but I guess not.
Right team, wrong player. Oh well.
Jeremy just mentioned that Zari just undressed Bedard no tea back on Tuesday. So I'm guessing he's a fan. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Zari's a good player for sure. So got Matt Elliott popping in saying he's still working on the Mike Hardman Young Gun Rainbow. Good luck. Some of those cards are very difficult to find.
If anyone can help him out in this chat or knows someone who can, let him know.
Yep. Brett, I think that is pretty much what Jeremy was saying. So We'll leave it at that. Here's a nice one, a base rookie of Adam Fantilli. Can't go wrong with one of the big guys. Ryan Johnson, and we'll add this one to your stack as well, Aaron. Dustin Wolf.
Oh, I love Dustin Wolf. He's so awesome. Another smaller goalie in the league. You got to respect those guys.
Indeed.
I saw him play live, actually warm up live when I saw a Calgary Flames game last season. I got to watch him in warm ups when he was called up. Yeah, good goalie. Really good goalie.
Got a showmanship of JT Miller, a retro of Leon Draisaitl, and our first kind of quote-unquote color parallel, numbered parallel, a Violet Pixels out of 299 of Alex Barkov. Really nice looking card there. And some base. Jeremy is clarifying, just to throw that out there. On to our last stack. So we're still looking for an autograph, and I think two numbered cards still to come. So see if we can muster anything bigger than the Bedard Rainbow. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Let's see here. We have got a base rookie for the Chicago Blackhawks, Luke Philp, as well as Sean Farrell and Luke Hughes. So that's a good one there. We've got a sweet selections of Luke Evangelista. We have a retro of Connor McDavid. Can never go wrong
Those
with
look
him.
great.
And there is our hit of the box as far as the autograph is concerned. Seems like now this guy has been following us around today. A rookie autograph, a base rookie autograph for the Vegas Golden Knights of Yuri Patera.
Oh, look at that. That's great. I'm curious if anyone in the chat has ever started a collection just because you've hit them so many times that you're like, well, I'm in this now. Maybe you've hit a really big card of them and you're just like, this is happening. So curious if anyone in the chat has done that. I haven't personally, but through the podcast, we've definitely had a couple of those followers, shall we say.
We have. That's for sure. Got rookies of Simon Edvinsson, Lucas Rusek, and, again, for Jeremy, Connor Zary. You've got a photo-driven of Charlie McAvoy, a retro of Brad Marchand, and another liquid metal, numbered out of 399 for the Buffalo Sabres of Tage Thompson. Cool-looking cards. And some more base, and we are on to, I know it's hard to believe, feels like we've been here all day, but pack number 100. This is it, the last pack.
That's awesome. So for those who don't know, it's episode 100, and we opened 100 packs to kind of, bring in this awesome milestone for the podcast. So pack number 100, we'll see what we get.
Should have a parallel of some sort here. Let's see. We've got a base rookies of Pavel Minchikov, Arnaud Durando, and Dmitry Voronkov. We have a sweet selections of Yaroslav Askarov, a retro of John Tavares, and our lowest numbered card of the break is a cosmic parallel numbered out of 65. Stop me if you've heard it before. For the Chicago Blackhawks, Taylor Radish.
Man, I thought we had something here.
Not quite the guy you're looking for, but still, I really like the look of those cards. Really cool.
Those do look great.
Outer space themed.
Very metal-y.
Blue and purple. Really nice looking card. So
that's cool.
That's 2324 OPT Platinum. That is 100 packs to commemorate 100 episodes of the podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Obviously, some products that we've seen a lot of recently, as well as some products that we pretty much never see, such as the 0304 Parker's Original 6 Chicago. But that was a lot of fun. I haven't opened that many packs in a long time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. So that wraps up the pack opening part of the episode. Again, reminder, anybody who's joining late, we do have a contest giveaway going. All you have to do is just comment in the live chat just to let us know you're here, share some thoughts, things like that. You'll be entered into the drawing. One prize is boxes of 22-23 and 23-24 AHL. One prize is 2324 CHL, and one prize is your team of choice for hits of boxes that we've opened on the show over the last little while. So comment, make sure you get in on that, and we will do the drawing in a little bit here. But first, since this is a milestone episode, and as our buddy Matt Burrows said toward the beginning of the episode, what are some of our favorite memories or highlights, things like that. It feels like there's so many that it's hard to even narrow it down. And honestly, I meant to do this earlier, but I ran out of time. But I will have to go back and look at a list of all the episodes to kind of think it through. I know, Aaron, you did your homework ahead of time, so I will let you start off
I
with this
picked
topic.
3. Definitely. I mean, we might have some crossover as soon as you look at your list. Maybe you can, when we post this on social media, kind of share what your kind of top episodes have been. Again, maybe there is some crossover here. I'm sure you'll agree, but I wrote down 3 episodes that I really enjoyed, personally. I'm sure maybe some of you guys have as well. If you haven't, maybe go back and look at these episodes here, and I think you'll have a really good time. So, first one that I love, and in no particular order, but this is one of my favorite, is episode number 6. It is titled "The Great White Whale Hunt," and it is kind of explaining, what a white whale is for those who haven't heard the term, and just kind of going through the stories behind our own kind of whale hunts, ones that we've managed to secure in our collections, and ones that we still need. So I think it's kind of why we collect and those moments that are so special for us. And so I personally really love that, because everyone loves reeling in a great white whale. And another one that I really, really enjoyed was we went through kind of the greatest hobby busts of the past. And this was also some of our personal opinions, but we actually went through back when it was available. PWCC had the old prices available for quite a few cards. And we went back through and kind of relived some of these old prices for some of these players, Yakupov, Gustafson, guys like that. I remember I went back and listened to it a little bit. We mentioned Antiniemi in one of his RPAs sold for like $1,300 or something like that. So definitely a far cry for what they are going for today. So we kind of listed off some hobby busts, kind of went back into the vault and uncovered some old prices of what things sold for back in the day. Really, really amazing. So I personally love that episode. That is episode number 37, and it is titled The Hobby's Biggest Busts. So really, really cool. And last but not least, episode number 14, it is the guest interview with Dr. Brian Price. It is, we've talked to Brian a couple times on the pod, so I'm sure you could find those episodes if you wish. But this was the first time, I believe, that we brought him on the show, and he just had a lot of great insights to share. I remember he talked about, acquiring those Vesna pads that are still to this day very controversial. So he shared those stories with us, and just kind of sharing some stories about kind of his history with the hobby, and a guy with many stories. So and obviously he's still involved in the hobby today with President's Choice and previously in the game. So if you guys ever wanted to know kind of the man behind those projects, those companies, definitely listen to that episode, and you'll definitely learn a thing or two. It was just fantastic. I don't think we said too much on that episode as far as the questions. I think we were both kind of just sitting back, just in awe. Like, here's this hobby legend, the godfather of the hobbies, so to speak. And just listening to his stories, it was just amazing. So episode 14, I really encourage you to go back and listen to that. And there's been a bunch of those episodes, but those were just kind of my top 3. I'm sure I'm missing a couple, but it's been a wild ride. So yeah, episode 100, amazing.
Well, I know one that, as I'm looking through the list, that I'll allow you to talk about because it's definitely more your episode than mine. So feel free to unpack this one. But episode 52, titled Aaron's Swedish Adventure.
Oh, definitely. For those who haven't seen the episode or haven't heard about this story, that episode. That was a little bit, like obviously a really personal episode, so I didn't want to include that, in my top 30. But that was about going to Sweden, and it was not the sole purpose of the trip. It was to meet my now wife's family, who is Swedish, and they mostly live over there, and so that was the purpose of the trip, and to visit Europe. But during that trip, I actually ended up meeting and going for coffee with Jonas Enroth, and got to spend a couple hours with him, and as he showed us around the city of Örebro, which where he currently plays. So that was obviously a 10 out of 10 moment for me, just personally, and just obviously as a card collector. People want to meet their heroes. Some people say you shouldn't, but it was definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity for me. And yeah, just a really cool story. I'm not going to get into it too much, but yeah, if anyone wants to go back and listen to that, it is quite the story.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I know like that's one of my favorite episodes, just like purely for the story of like the player that you collect and have looked up to, throughout his career, took the time to not only just like meet you, but like actually spend time with you and take you around his hometown and stuff. Like that's just unbelievable. Like I think
Yeah, it
everybody
was.
that's watching, like you, that's things you dream about, but like never happen.
Yeah, and it was. I'm not going to get too into it. I'll let that episode kind of speak for itself. But it was not something we planned to do. Um, my wife has an uncle who lives in that city, and so that's kind of why we were going there, to kind of take him back home there. And we were going to catch an Orbro game, and so there was some connection there a little bit, but it was totally his idea, to meet up and stuff like that. And yeah, it was an unreal experience. And I got a couple signed cards as like a cool keepsake as well. So yeah, just unbelievable. Again, I'll let the podcast kind of tell that story back again, but it was a once in a lifetime experience for sure.
Yeah,
And
no
actually, I
doubt.
should add, there was another extra layer. I got married this past summer, and totally, unknown to me, but the family, like I said, who is in Sweden, actually reached out to Enroth, and he gave us a nice little shout out on video at the wedding, which I did not know was going to happen. And so that was kind of like a surprise to me in the moment, in front of all our family and friends. So that was another layer as well, which was super cool. So I thanked Jonas afterwards for that, and yeah, he wished us well. So it was another layer to that, for those who didn't know. And I don't think I've shared it on the podcast, but again, another 10 out of 10 moment there. Super cool.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and a lot of times you'll hear people who have their favorite player and then they meet them and they're a jerk and things like that. But I mean, Jonas like clearly is just an outstanding human that like he doesn't owe you anything, but he cares, and appreciates that you're a fan of him and support him and everything. So the fact that he's so willing to go out of his way and return the favor is just so cool. So yeah, awesome stories for sure. For me, looking through the list here real quick, I've got a few more that kind of stand out for various reasons. I also had the interview with Dr. Price. The first one was just so much fun to just hear all of those stories, like you said. So I won't regurgitate that too much. Episode 19, we had Dr. Price on. That's when I got my Vesna made to order triple memorabilia card. And Dr. Price kind of just walked through what the process of building that card was like. And Aaron didn't know anything about that card ahead of time. So that was really fun. Obviously, if you guys have been around for any amount of time, you know that that's how I like doing things, is keeping Aaron in the dark on cool cards until we record. So that I feel like that was probably like the first time that we really did that. So that was really fun. I know Greg mentioned episode 25, the Vesna collection. That's one of my all-time favorites as well. Just hearing Dr. Price talk about every single thing that went into that product, how the ideas came to be, figuring out what the inner workings of the pads were, all of that stuff. and then finishing it off with opening a couple boxes on the show and doing extremely well, pulling a one of the loop cards and one of the quad pad cards from the historical relics insert set. Um, yeah, I mean, hard to top those two boxes, and being able to do it with Dr. Price and hearing all of the backstory of that product was just incredible. Definitely one of my very favorite episodes for sure. Episode number 29. I feel like this is a very underrated one that I forget about just because, it wasn't like the coolest, biggest cards on the show, but this was the episode that we had former MLB pitcher Ryan Dempster on to open hockey cards and talk pro
That was a fun one.
sports and everything. Ryan
He's a
was
big hockey card guy.
such a cool dude to just talk the hobby with. Yeah, and I remember watching him pitch for the Cubs growing up and everything, and just the fact that he was so willing to just come hang out and talk cards and the hobby and stuff was so much fun. And then making a follow-up trade with him and him sending us autograph cards for our collection of himself was super cool. So that was really fun. Episode 42, when I got my George Vezina buckle card from Leaf Pearl. These ones have been over a few episodes, but every episode where I've opened 2003 04 Topps Pristine, one of my favorite products of all time. I would say probably the most beautiful product of all time. So every time opening that was a treat. Do still have one box that probably we will do a group break for at some point. So stay tuned for that. There is still one box left. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's kind of back there somewhere. So all those Topps Pristine break episodes are super fun. Episode 63, when I showed off the George Vezina stick, nail, and skate lace cards. It's nearly impossible to top cards like that. So being able to share what is, in my opinion, the greatest mail day ever. That's the name of the episode. Pretty amazing. And then the most recent one, which isn't all that recent, almost 2 years ago at this point, which is hard to believe, but episode 72, talking about President's Choice in the Crease. That was such a fun episode to do. Again, having Dr. Price on to talk about that product, which everybody just loved that product. It was so well done. Just amazing memorabilia in that product and lots of cool designs and everything. And then breaking 3 boxes at the end of the episode and absolutely crushing what was pulled, getting an incredible patch, a jumbo patch of Tommy Salo with the NHL 2000 patch was super cool. Then pulling a quad Pioneers with George Vezina on it, which you can't hand pick a better card for my collection out of the product than that. And then also pulling an Andre Vasilevsky stick handle 1 of 1, like 3 boxes, bam, 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 huge cards. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think that was probably the best, box break episode we've had. I mean, the results from those breaks were probably the best. I watched a lot of that product, at release get opened, and it's probably the best set of breaks I've seen.
Hard
To
to
date.
argue, yeah.
It was just, I mean, obviously there is biased because, you're a friend and it was open on the podcast, but definitely, go back and hear that, episode. It was just seeing those cards get pulled were awesome. So yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, and I mean there were some other really nice cards in there too. I mean, out of 3 boxes, it's four cards per box, so 12 cards. And like I know there was a vintage stick rack jumbo stick out of 10 of Terry Sawchuk. And it's like that card ended up basically being almost an afterthought in that break because of how amazing the box hits were. And granted that it was 2 separate orders. I had just ordered 1 box up front and then ended up getting 2 more, but which I'm glad I did. Or I think it was the other way around, 2 and then 1. But yeah, obviously for 3 boxes, just incredible luck. Yeah, so much fun. Josh is saying the episode where you got your Gretzky rookie was a great moment. I would agree for sure.
That's true. I mean, obviously it's a number 1 card for a lot of collectors out there. Whoever you collect, I mean, can't go wrong with the Gretzky rookie. and Matt just said there below, just thanking us for the questions we've answered, and the things that we provide, to collectors, through this show. And we are happy to do that, and we hope that you guys enjoy. And we're hopefully going to keep continuing the podcast and answering more of your questions. And it doesn't have to be during the show. It could be through social media, whatever it is. And yes, I definitely appreciated that NROC that you sent me. It was definitely a very nice gesture.
Yes, absolutely. And one other episode that I saw on the list and kind of forgot to mention, but this comment from Matt a little bit earlier definitely fits the theme of the episode of what our biggest hobby regrets were. He said he hit a 15-16 McDavid RPA and full force goal auto and sold them shortly after for like $600.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, we did have a hobby regrets episode, and I believe I passed on a couple Bob Orr rookies for free. I believe that was my biggest regret, along with a few more. That was a fun one as well. I forget what number that was, but yeah, we definitely have a couple of those stories as well. For those who haven't heard them, I'm not sure we want you to hear them, but regardless, it was a fun discussion. That's for sure.
That was episode 18 called "You Done Messed Up, AA Ron."
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, not to spoil the episode too much, my biggest one from that episode that I mentioned was selling a Nathan MacKinnon Future Watch auto for like $75 just because I was tired of it. Oops.
Those stories and more. It was a very fun but painful episode. Greg just said here in the comments, during the lockdowns and restrictions, he'd drive his kids to the rink for hockey practice and would have to wait for them in the car until they were done. Your podcast got me through those waits. Well, we're glad.
Glad to hear.
Yeah, we're definitely glad to hear that our podcast helped you through that. Sitting out there in the cold. But we're always here for those times and more, obviously.
Give a quick shout out. This is Kurt Johnson, our buddy. I would agree. An Alex Pyrus butt end card from President's Choice. That would be a sweet card. Alex Pyrus is a guy who played for the North Stars back in the 70s for a little while. He's a personal friend of me and my dad. So, Kurt and I always kind of talk about Alex every now and then. And obviously, Kurt being up in Minnesota, being a North Stars fan back in the day, we can share some thoughts about Alex every now and then. So that would be pretty cool. Though I'm sure Dr. Price probably is not wasting money on Alex Pyrus memorabilia, but anyway, so I think that'll pretty much wrap it up for that part of the episode, the reminiscing and looking back. So let's be honest, what you're all here for, you want to win some free stuff, right? I mean, who doesn't love winning free stuff? So we will go ahead and run that giveaway now. Again, all you had to do to enter was comment. So I know a lot of you have been doing that, of course. We will run that draw. I don't really have a great way of showing this, so I apologize. It's just something that the platform has as an option to pick giveaway winners. So again, there were no stipulations on what you had to say, just as long as you commented. It will exclude people from winning multiple prizes, of course. So let's see, start collecting comments here. And our first winner, who will have their pick of the 3 prize options, being the AHL boxes, the CHL box, or the team-specific hit lot, is Hockey Fan 66. So I'm not sure if you are still watching. If you are, let us know. I think that's Jared, right? Jared, I think you're still here. So Jared, let us know whether you want the AHL boxes, the CHL box. Maybe you want some Penguins cards. I know you're a big Penguins fan. Yep, there's Jared in the comments there. So congrats, buddy. Let us know which of those 3 prizes you would like.
It's a tough one.
And just for clarification, the team-specific lot, there won't be anything like crazy big in it. It'll probably more be quantity as opposed to quality. But if there's something decent of a team that you like and that we have, I'll throw it in there. You will go for the Pens lot. Okay, sounds like a plan to me.
Cool.
All right. So the team
He wants
specific
some
lot.
Sidney Crosby stuff, maybe,
Yeah, he does want the
or
Crosby
whatever
stuff.
else is in there.
I don't blame you. So I'll work on that. We'll get in touch and we'll go from there. So we will draw again. So we're down to the AHL boxes and the CHL box. And our winner for second place or second prize is Matt Elliott.
All right,
Matt,
look at that.
I know
Nice
you're
going, Matt.
here. I know
He's
you're
definitely
here.
here. He's been here the whole time. There he is. He's there.
He's here. Let us know if you want the CHL box or the two AHL boxes. Your choice. Hey, and my buddy Aaron Goldschmidt just popped in. He's
Look at that. Almost the
a
same name as
buddy.
me.
That's right. Yeah, my wife
So
would
close.
frequently get you guys mixed up.
Oh,
Actually,
that's fine.
Matt is going to go with the CHL
CHL.
box.
Nice
Good
job.
choice. So that leaves the AHL boxes for our third and final winner. Let's see who it'll be. Drum roll, please. And the winner. Well, okay, it's Jared again from his Facebook account, so he can't win again. So let's draw again.
Got to run it again.
Run it again here. We have got the winner of the AHL boxes. It's not going to be us. I commented at the beginning of the stream.
I didn't comment at all, so.
That was me. All right. Third time's the charm for the third winner, Kieran Joyce.
There we go.
Winning
Good
the
guy.
AHL boxes.
Good guy.
Awesome. So there are our three winners. Congrats, Jared, Matt, and Kieran. We will go ahead and message me, guys, and I will work with you on getting that stuff packed up and sent out and into your hands. So, yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it. I mean, we've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes almost. So
amazing. You guys have been awesome.
Yeah. We don't have to drag it on too much. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say or add, Aaron, before we wrap up.
Totally unrelated to literally anything we talked about, but I just realized we're both wearing the wired headsets. Does that make us old? I was talking to someone who is younger than I, and apparently that makes you old. So
it does.
Those are my closing comments. I don't use the wireless ones, at least with my laptop. So that's my closing thing for episode.
See, I've found I know people that have AirPods, and even like on the hockey site that I help out with is called The Rink. So shout out to Jeff and Aaron Goldschmidt from our staff. Aaron's not with us with the site anymore, but he was kind of one of the founding members. But on our Rink podcast, I know one of our members has used AirPods, and it seems like they cut in and out like all the time.
Right. That's why I like the wired thing. You just plug it and play it. It's great.
Yeah, they work very well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, I am very pleased to have the old school Apple headphones. It's not a problem in my book. So
especially for the podcast, I do not mind at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been great. I see a couple of congratulations. So
I agree.
100% meet emojis there. So that's great. So yeah, let's do this again for episode 200. I totally agree. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. I know it's been a little while, getting to episode 100, and that is partially on me, with my, my travel schedule for work. So, but we made it. We're here, and it was so much fun. So we'll definitely, round up some, discussion topics. If you have any, definitely, throw it our way, and we'll be sure to come up with episode 101 very shortly.
Yes.
200 packs for episode 200.
I agree. I mean,
hey, that's quite the.
Better start stashing up now. It'll be a 5-hour episode, but hey,
it'd be awesome. Be fantastic. But yeah, just huge thanks to all you guys for tuning in.
And Matt, however you want to get a hold of me is fine. Facebook or Twitter, either way, it doesn't matter. Whatever's easiest for you, I will see it. And you can do it now if you want. No problem. Whatever's easiest for you. So. Yeah, I think that'll pretty much wrap it up for the content of the show. Obviously, I know you feel the same way, Aaron, but this has been such an enjoyable ride for both of us, just being able to not only share our collections and our thoughts about the hobby, but also provide content for you guys, get interviews with people like Dr. Price and Billy Celio and Greg Cohn, to provide insight about the products and the cards that we all love so much. Getting to know people like that through this has been such a thrill and an honor. And even just interacting with all of you guys and, hearing your thoughts and, seeing your collections and just having fun conversations about the hobby has definitely made this so worthwhile. And, meeting people at card shows that, have no reason to ever interact with otherwise, things like that. It's just been so much fun. And, yeah, so thank you to all of you guys for listening and supporting us. It's, like I said, been a really fun ride, been a fun 100 episodes. We're not going anywhere. Like we said earlier, with StreamYard, I think we'll probably more so go this route moving forward, just because it's significantly easier from a production standpoint to do things live and not have to edit after the fact. And then of course the episodes are just immediately available. So we'll probably stick with this format moving forward, unless there's issues with it. But yeah, and of course, it's great for you guys. You can interact with us live during the episode, like you guys have been doing throughout the show. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. We'll probably do our best to let you guys know when we'll be live. That's the great thing about Jeremy with your show. Everyone knows exactly when to expect your show. I don't know that we will have kind of like a predetermined schedule necessarily. So we'll try to do our best as far as letting you guys know when episodes will be happening, just so you guys can be aware of that and work it into your schedule if you want. But yeah, keep an eye out for updates on future episodes. Hopefully, like I said, with the live format, we'll be able to do them more often and more regularly. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And again, thank you so much, all you guys who have been here today. We've really enjoyed it. Lots of fun opening tons of packs, pulled some really sweet cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching and hanging out. Thank you for those who did, and thanks for those who are listening after the fact. And yeah, I think that will pretty much wrap it up for the episode. So as always, please be sure to follow us on social media. We can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Sunrise Cardcast, and on Twitter at Sunrise CC. Please also be sure to subscribe to the show on your podcast platform of choice to make sure you never miss a future episode. Until next time on Sunrise Cardcast, keep collecting those hockey cards.